Hi everybody. So what I have here is a sheet of different projects that we've done, along with the starting dates and times, as well as the finishing dates and times for each of them. In addition to that, I also have the number of hours we didn't work. In other words, we can't expect that we, between these two time and dates here, that we worked every hour. Okay, so we figured out how many hours we didn't work during that time span, put that in there. So the calculation will not only incorporate what you see here, but also what you see as far as the hours off. So we'll start out doing this formula. We'll go over here to G2. We'll start out with our equal. We're going to put in 3 parentheses, just like that, say. And then I'm going to take what's over in D2 here, our finishing one there, and I'm going to add to that the time as well. See, so those two things there. I'll close off the parenthesis for that, hit my minus, put another parenthesis in, and I'm going to take the starting date, take that one right there, plus the time, all right? And then I'm going to close off the parenthesis a couple times there. So now that we'll kind of put that in it by itself there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit times, and then, which is the asterisk, and then 24. What that does is it gives us then the actual number of hours between those two different dates and times. Okay? And then I'm going to close off the parenthesis. All right? And that kind of takes care of that whole thing there. Now, I also have to put in there the subtracting of the hours that we didn't work during that time period. So that was over in cell address F2. I can't really click onto that, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit minus, and then I'm going to hit F2 here, all right? And that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit the enter key. There we go. So the total number of hours between the two here is about, I think, like 74 hours. But of course, like I said, we didn't work 27 of those hours, so we subtract that from that, and that ended up giving us the 47, all right? Then we can take that and go ahead and I can just copy that all the way down like that. And of course, the formatting kind of carried there, so I'm just going to hit my little smart tag here and tell it to copy it without bringing along the format, and that way it kind of maintains it all. Now, I also want to figure out how much we're going to be billing for each of these different projects. So I'm going to go over here to the billing, or the build, put my equal in there. I'm going to take what's in G2, which is the number of hours, right? We're going to times it or multiply it by 24, and that kind of gives us a real number. In this case, it makes the 27 like a real number that we can then multiply against, in this case, $100 an hour, right? So we've got that in there. So we do that, hit the enter key, and there we go. And then we can take that, and I can copy that all the way down here. Go to my smart tag there, tell it I don't want the formatting to be carried, and that way it just gives me that. So there we go. So it's a pretty simple thing, and it's something that I think a lot of people could use. I know this is a pretty popular one in the classes I teach, so hopefully you'll find it to be useful as well. Appreciate you watching the video. Take care.